see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress.
Hope is 9-year-old Oscar nominee, Kevin Wallace.
According to Dave Chappelle, Hollywood isn't just about talent anymore. It seems like everyone has to break some rules or do something controversial to gain popularity. Even Kevin Hart, the well-known comedian, apparently did something that crossed those boundaries and helped him skyrocket to fame. But what might that something be? And how did it contribute to Kevin's current level of success? Let's find out. Dave Chappelle has finally addressed the rumors surrounding Kevin Hart, suggesting that Kevin may have sold his soul for fame. According to Dave, Kevin would not have achieved his massive success if he hadn't compromised on certain principles he once held. Dave, known for his outspoken nature, has been open about the dark side of Hollywood and how he has been mistreated and controlled by industry higher-ups. He even mentioned that he was pressured to wear a dress, highlighting the industry's attempts to manipulate comedians. While Kevin is undeniably a hardworking comedian, it is widely known that hard work alone is insufficient to make it big in Hollywood. So what could be the secret to Kevin's worldwide success? Dave Chappelle's claims suggest that Kevin, like other comedians, may have willingly agreed to humiliate himself in exchange for money and exposure. This could be the key factor that propelled Kevin to his current level of fame and fortune. To give you some context, in the entertainment industry, there has been a long-standing conspiracy theory surrounding black male entertainers being asked to wear a dress on screen before achieving significant success in Hollywood. It is concerning that black comedians often end up portraying exaggerated and offensive versions of black women, perpetuating negative stereotypes. This phenomenon has been discussed by Dave Chappelle, who questioned why many successful black male entertainers find themselves in such roles. For example, Martin Lawrence gained fame through his role in the Big Mama's House franchise. Eddie Murphy played a woman in his Nutty Professor movies. Jamie Foxx portrayed the character Wanda in Living Color. And the Wayans brothers did a gender reversal in White Chicks. Some argue that feminizing black masculinity makes certain people feel less threatened and more comfortable. However, it should be noted here that Hollywood has historically perpetuated stereotypes that defined the image of black people in the minds of many. While some argued in the past that black performers had limited opportunities and had to take on stereotypical roles to secure work, that argument is no longer applicable in today's industry. Even Dave Chappelle, in 2005, made headlines when he famously turned down a $50 million contract from Comedy Central and disappeared to South Africa without informing anyone. During his absence, the tabloid media circulated various conspiracy theories about him, including claims of being a crack addict and having a mental breakdown. However, when Dave returned and appeared on The Oprah Winfrey Show, he clarified that he didn't walk away from the money itself, but rather the conditions that came with the lucrative contract. During the interview, Dave explained that one of the reasons he turned down the Comedy Central contract was because he witnessed what happens to entertainers before they are allowed to reach the next level of fame. He mentioned examples such as Mariah Carey, who signed a $100 million deal, but was soon portrayed as mysteriously crazy.
I mean, you see before, look, Mariah Carey made a $100 million deal, and 3 months later, she's all of a sudden mysteriously crazy.
And Martin Lawrence, who had a public incident waving a gun and proclaiming that someone was trying to kill him.
Or Martin Lawrence punches through when he's waving a gun on the street screaming, "They're trying to kill me."
Yeah.
Dave referred to these stories and observed that they often occur when artists are on the verge of crossing over to the next plateau in their careers. When Oprah inquired about the stories he referred to, Dave elaborated that he had seen artists being put in compromising positions, which led him to believe that someone was trying to manipulate him into compromising his artistic integrity. But that's not all Dave Chappelle talked about. He also addressed the conspiracy theory surrounding black entertainers being forced to wear a dress before achieving significant success.
Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress.
Dave recalled an incident during the filming of a movie with Martin Lawrence when he noticed a dress in his trailer and felt uncomfortable about it.
I'm doing a movie with Martin. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. He said, I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't need to wear no dress to be funny. Am I Milton Berle? You know, we're going like this.
He connects the dots and realized that many black men in the industry had been put in dresses at some point in their careers. However, Dave stood his ground and refused to put on the dress. This incident made Dave realize that it wasn't an isolated occurrence. He shared how the producers had prepared 2 versions of the script, anticipating his refusal to comply with wearing the dress. He saw this as a lesson for all actors and comedians to take a stand and stick to their principles. In the interview, Dave further reflected on why strong and talented black comedians were consistently being put in dresses. Questioning the motivations behind such portrayals would quickly come up with alternative ideas, demonstrating that it was possible to create comedic content without resorting to that particular trope, which means producers and directors can manage easily when you don't bow down to their demands. Now, you may be wondering what all this has to do with Kevin Hart. Well, back in 2013, Kevin appeared in an SNL sketch wearing a dress, despite previously stating that he would never do something like that.
Is 9-year-old Oscar nominee Kevin Wallace.
Just 1 year before his SNL appearance, Kevin had a role in a romantic comedy called The 5-Year Engagement. During an interview with Blacktree TV while promoting the movie, Kevin was asked to comment on Dave Chappelle's claims about black actors being pressured to wear dresses. In response, Kevin nervously laughed and mentioned the importance of setting boundaries and saying no to anything that could harm one's personal brand.
You have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. For me, I know what they are. They've yet to been challenged, so, I don't have to speak on them. I was asked to dribble a basketball on the talk show this morning. I said no to that. Not that was a dress, but I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid.
He acknowledged that Dave Chappelle, another great comedian, had spoken about the industry trying to make him wear a dress. However, Kevin stated that he hadn't personally encountered such situations and emphasized the need to protect one's brand at all times. Kevin emphasized that when things happen that can potentially affect your brand, it's crucial to protect it and prevent any damage. He didn't go into further detail about his own boundaries, but he stressed the importance of maintaining a strong brand image. This connection to Kevin Hart highlights the broader discussion around black comedians and actors being asked to wear dresses in their roles, and how individual entertainers navigate the challenges of maintaining their personal boundaries and brand integrity. Now here's the thing. When Kevin Hart appeared on SNL wearing a dress just a year later, some fans accused him of selling out for fame. Now, it's not like Kevin wasn't successful before that SNL skit, but it did seem to open doors for him. He went on to star in several big-budget movies like Get Hard with Will Ferrell, The Wedding Ringer, Central Intelligence with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and Jumanji, and even started his own production company called Heartbeat Productions and signed a deal with Nickelodeon in 2018. Interestingly, that same year, Kevin admitted to cheating on his wife, Eniko Parrish, while she was pregnant. Surprisingly, this admission didn't seem to negatively affect his career. He continued to receive lucrative offers, secured partnerships with platforms like Facebook, Peacock, and YouTube through his production company, and even hosted various events and awards ceremonies. It's quite a contrast to what happened with Dave Chappelle. Dave's name was dragged through the mud, and the media did their best to ruin his reputation just because he had the audacity to say no to a contract. It really shows how Hollywood bosses often prioritize money and control over morals and principles. Unfortunately, we don't know exactly who these bosses are or how they exert their influence on celebrities. It's all still a bit unclear. Interestingly, several comedians, including Cat Williams, have suggested that Hollywood is run by a secret society. Cat commented on Kevin Hart wearing a dress on SNL, saying that this has been a common practice in Hollywood for a long time. According to Cat, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people say about him wearing a dress because there's a long line of entertainers who have done the same before him.
It is possible that there isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress. that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress. Okay, well, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him.
Kat also mentioned that those who refuse to join the supposed secret society, like the Illuminati, face consequences such as being disliked by the press and facing opposition. Kat further emphasized that the entertainment industry can be more dangerous than people realize. He personally experienced being stung numerous times before realizing who he was dealing with. Kat explained that speaking out about the evils in Hollywood comes with a heavy price, as there is hatred that comes your way if you try to expose the truth. It's difficult to say if Kevin Hart truly made it big because he agreed to wear a dress. Kevin is undoubtedly talented and hardworking. However, sources close to Dave Chappelle have mentioned that Dave felt uncomfortable with Kevin's obsession with success. It appears that Kevin may no longer prioritize setting boundaries or protecting his brand. Fans believe that this issue goes beyond Kevin wearing a dress. They see it as a reflection of how far people are willing to go for money and fame. It's not the dress itself that is humiliating, but rather the idea that Kevin crossed a boundary he previously believed in. Some fans express hope that Kevin returns to his earlier mindset of standing by his beliefs, standards, and boundaries. But let's come to your thoughts. Do you think Kevin Hart compromised his principles and values for fame? Share your comments below, and be sure to watch the accompanying video.